if you really need to go at it, the reason what makes this unique is all the nootropics. Are you familiar with nootropics?
No, what's that?
Nootropics are what mentally wake you up. Let's be real. You could have a pot of coffee, I could have a pot of coffee, we'll probably just take a shit and that's it. We're all used to caffeine, right?
Right.
But this one has a blend of caffeine. So caffeine citrate, super quick acting. That's the one that's gonna kick in immediately when you're tired.
Sound good too.
It does.
But
Is that on? Is that? Oh shit! It sees all the wrinkles and shit. Oh, she's nice. That's why you gotta keep her. She's nice.
You gotta keep her.
Talk to me.
But yeah, I was on the YOLO at first, and I just ran out of it, so I was like, I need to come here and get something else.
Okay. So you were peeping the mission?
Yeah, I seen you was talking about it on Instagram. So
I love this. Number one, I know the owner.
okay.
It's nice to know if you have an issue with anything, you can go directly to the source versus contacting the company and a 1-800 number and all that.
Yeah.
Because I used to be that 1-800 number for certain companies. But I prevail, not because he's an IFBB pro, because let's be real, that means nothing. That's just a great marketing stint. Okay. But he's an athlete. He knows what people want. He knows what people like. And like most pros, because you've been around long enough now.
Yeah, facts.
A lot of them don't use the crackhead stuff. If you notice, most of them, like I'm cool with Jay Warren. I see Jay Warren doing legit the C4.
Yeah, the C4.
Or a cup of coffee. Because when you have heart, you don't need crack.
Nah, facts.
You know, don't get me wrong, there's gonna be days you need crack. But that's few and far between. I get people using crack every day and then they become crackheads.
Right.
Then you get people saying, oh, I can't work out without my pre-workout. That's called an addiction.
That's called an addiction.
That's
yeah.
called
I
an
was like that
addiction.
for a
You need
second.
heart.
Yeah.
No, we all get it because you feel like
Facts.
Superman.
Yeah, it's like you. Yeah.
Ain't nobody want to
You
be
go
Clark
crazy.
Kent. But it's like, yo, you got to pace yourself because too much power, that's too much responsibility for people.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So next thing you know, you're like, man, I can't do it without it. And I'm like, nah, now you're not mentally strong enough. You burnt out your adrenal glands. You're physically not strong enough. There's use and abuse, just like with drugs. People want to talk about train. Look, that's a whole different topic, but there's use and abuse, straight up.
Yeah.
You know, same thing. Everything should be cycled on, everything should be cycled off. Your body has to know what it's like to be itself naturally.
Right.
You know, your body has to process all this chemistry.
Absolutely.
You know, and my job is to sell to you, but I tell people there's use and abuse. You use it right, you live a long life, you're healthy, you're doing great, you look good, you feel good, because that goes together, looking good and feeling good. Because you got some people who have beautiful cars and it's just a shell and the engine's about to blow out.
Exactly.
So you got to keep everything
They
one.
don't never know what's under the hood.
Never. You're like, man, that look good. I got 20K. Here you go.
Yeah.
But no, this is amazing. Now,
This is an amazing one.
amazing. It's a 1 scoop or 2 scoop. You know, so if you just got good energy, just do one.
Okay.
If you really need to go at it, the reason what makes this unique is all the nootropics. Are you familiar with nootropics?
No, what's that?
Nootropics are what mentally wake you up. Let's be real. You could have a pot of coffee, I could have a pot of coffee, we'll probably just take a shit and that's it. We're all used to caffeine, right?
Right.
But this one has a blend of caffeine. So caffeine citrate, super quick acting. That's the one that's gonna kick in immediately when you're tired. Caffeine anhydrous is in 99% of almost everything. It's also pretty fast acting. Dicaffeine malate, that tapers off. So this way you get it in quick, but it fades away versus just crashing.
Yeah.
So he put a lot of thought into this. Now the alpha GPC, the tyrosine, the huperzine A, these are all mental focus ingredients. So you don't want to just wake up physically, you want to be alert, you want to be on point, you want to be in the zone. That's what's in the zone.
Ultimate focus type deal.
100%.
Yeah.
There's no exotic stimulants, so there's no DMHA, DMAA. I love both, so I'm not gonna say, but I don't think people should do it every single workout. This is what we call an everyday pre-workout. Those with the extra crack ingredients, that's the once a week, twice a week, and they're phenomenal. But like I said,
Like that one. That's
yes.
the one you had me on at one time. It was
That'll have you
crazy.
running through the walls. That'll
Yeah,
have you
nah.
running the North Richland Hills.
I was running to it. I ain't gonna fake it.
See, I never lied to you. I never lied to
You
you.
didn't, yeah. That was crazy.
But this is just smoother. I love the fact that it has plenty of beetroot. So beetroot's great for blood flow, great for cardiovascular health. You know, God made everything right naturally. It's just a matter of taking the right extracts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got people who have ED. You know, if you do enough citrulline, maca, there's no ED. There's no need for Viagra. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of getting good, healthy, natural ingredients and in the proper amounts. Because this means nothing if you're not getting good amounts. I can show you all the list of ingredients, but if you ain't getting the proper dose, it don't matter. And that's what they do. A lot of the C4s, they call it pixie dusting. You throw a little bit of 20 ingredients, you're just like, damn, this got all these ingredients. Yo, this got to be fire as hell.
Facts.
And then you go, it was okay. I didn't
It was
feel
cool,
it.
yeah. It wasn't too much. Yeah.
Then you get a basic formula, but it gives you the full dose or even more. You're like, damn, there's something about it. It's simple, but it just feels right. That's why I love the Panda stuff.
The Panda.
The Panda is just phenomenal. What I like about it, instead of a crack energy, I get crazy stamina. With this one, I get a nice little thermo, so when summer's coming, so it's got that natural fat burning effect on it. It's got the alpha yohimbe, which is amazing as a fat burner too. And like I said, I can't speak highly enough of some of these products, but this one's one of my personal babies. That's why I called it an underground hit. It's got the thermo, it's got the focus, it's got the energy without being cracked out, and you don't become addicted to it. You know, like all of them, I tell people, after 2 jugs, rotate.
Right.
2, 3 jugs, rotate, do something else, do something with less caffeine, do something with more caffeine. But you gotta rotate because your body gets used to anything. You do bench press first every day. First time you ever did it, you're sore as hell.
Yeah.
Week number 32, you're like, yeah, I could do it again. Your body gets used to everything.
Before that, like, which flavor would you recommend the most out of them two?
Funny enough, they're all really, really similar. Y'all have a good one. Remember, Jesus is watching, brother. He's definitely watching you. He's definitely watching you. Gotta keep people on point. Physically and spiritually, see?
Absolutely.
So with this one, all the flavors are very similar. It's really weird, so I tell people you can't go wrong, but my personal favorite is the Jungle Bomb.
The Jungle Bomb?
Like we tried them all, and it's funny because we're all drinking pre-workout, and next thing you know, you keep sipping, I'm like, oh, you try this one. Next thing you know, I'm like, man, I think I did more than a serving. Because I was sitting there just sweating. I had a pit stain all the way down to here.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is the truth just sitting here, so I can imagine working out, and then I eventually bought it. Fell in love with it.
We gonna rock with
Hell,
the
this is the one I use when I ripped my arm off the bone. I use this to help increase the blood flow.
How was that recovery with that?
It's doing okay.
It's
doing okay.
Man, that's crazy.
I got an ugly looking boo-boo, but I haven't been able to bench like I used to. You know, but that's part of just life. You rotate, you roll with it.
Nah, yeah.
You know, it just means I got to use my knowledge and go, okay, instead of doing this, what can we do? Focus on the positive instead of the negative.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I had a slight tear in my rotator cuff, so I'm bouncing back from that just now type deal.
I'm gonna give you some suggestions on that. Like any type of collagen, like collagen protein. We have a product over there that has UC2, which is just great for connective tissues.
Okay.
I'll send you some DMs this way, it's like more
yeah,
detailed.
facts.
But there's some amazing things you can take, and just don't do anything stupid.
Yeah,
Like chest exercises, stick to machines, and don't even go deep on it. Just get the blood in there.
Right.
You know, and just until you feel
Yeah,
healthy.
I haven't even really been doing too many heavy reps. I'm starting to get into the heavy sets now, but not as heavy as I was doing, like the
Take your
140s.
time.
And
Yeah, phenomenal genetics.
I ain't doing it
So
now.
you're good. Don't rush it.
Facts.
You know, but this has a ton of beetroot, 2 grams. So people complain they could taste the beetroot. I'm like, well, at least you know what's in there. You know, but it's 6 grams of citrulline. Combine that with the amount that's in there, you get a ton. Lion's mane for more focus.
Okay.
I don't believe that lion's mane's in there, so that'll increase the focus in there. Like they're meant to be synergistic. Yeah,
to go together type deal.
I love this company. The grape is phenomenal tasting.
Yeah, he said it's a pretty good, overall good company, like you said.
I love it. And the best part, like when people go to GNC and Vitamin Shop, they push what they have to.
Yeah.
Every single thing you see in this building right now have been handpicked out, but both myself and that gentleman over there, Austin's the owner of the establishment, and it's just a matter of, hey, what would you want to really use? What would you really suggest to people? You know, can we make more money on certain items? Yeah, of course. But you ain't gonna come back to me in 2 or 3 months.
Exactly. And I was talking about that in my last video too. I was saying that you were like real knowledgeable and you could like actually tell the person like what it actually do for their body versus just selling them something. So
Listen, it's just treating people
appreciate
right.
that, bro.
No, you treat people right. You know, like it's like me saying, "Oh, okay, I was about to bounce, but I told you I'd be here for you."
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna make sure I'm here. I'm gonna take care of you, do what I gotta do, and it's just you want to be treated well. You wouldn't want me to sell you some bullshit just to get it off my shelf. Treat people that way, they come back. Like I know you drive over here, like you don't live right around the corner.
No, I drive.
So I appreciate that, and I know that.
No problem.
You know, but I treat everybody the same because I don't know. You might be coming from Mansfield. You might be coming from Joshua. I don't know. But if I treat you good, you're gonna come back. If I treat you good, I might not see you for 6 months, but lo and behold, without them telling me, oh, Meech sent me over here, right? So now I'm getting love from you without you being here.
Exactly.
So that's why you treat everybody good. You just put out good products. You know, I mean, like I said, we could be making a lot more on certain items, but it's just give people what they need.
Yeah.
That loyalty will pay the bills.
And that's what it's all about. It's about giving people exactly what they need, motivating people, and putting the right things in their body so they can advance and elevate.
Hell, I remember when I first met you. I seen this guy, he probably looked at me and wanted to punch me in the mouth. I was like, bro, what the hell are you doing here? You don't belong here. And I came just like that. He's looking at me like, who the hell is this guy?
He talking about some of your potential. What you say?
There's some great potential.
Yeah.
I said, I
Great
just came from the
potential,
bodybuilding show. You need to be over there. Stop BSing. Use that to market your brand.
Exactly.
You know?
Which I got it on.
Because then it builds more credibility. They're like, oh, he lives that lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, and you cross it off the bucket list because you got the genetics for it.
Ah, facts.
See, you might as well. You build like SpongeBob, don't do it. Don't do it. Just enjoy the process. You know, but yeah, talk to me, brother. Any other questions or anything?
No, that was pretty much it, bro. Cool. I was gonna come here and get this. Just wanted to, come in and rap with you.
Thank you, brother.
Let my viewers and my community see who, put me on these supplements.
Thank you. Anybody who comes on behalf of him is always welcome here. You're gonna get the same love. I would love to say I'd give you extra love because it's him, but you're gonna get love from everybody who walks in here. Proper education, proper knowledge, so this way you can pay it forward and pass that on.
Somebody asked me the other day, it's like, why do I say champion and why do I say champ? The reason I say champ and champion is because, like, every day that you wake up, God blessed you with a chance to reach your full potential each and every day. If you take that into account and you're doing everything you can do to make yourself better, you're a champion. You fighting a good fight, you know what I'm saying? You progressing, you elevating, you becoming who God potentially wants you to be, or who you gonna be. Everybody's a champion of their own story. Be you, do you, and don't let nobody stop you. And that's why I say champ. Shit, my bag even say win a day. You know what I'm saying? You gotta win each and every day. So like I always say, champion. You the champ, let's get it. Make sure I stretch. All right, champ, so the first workout I like to start out with is standing calf raises. And the reason I like to start out with that because, the foundation. You want to make sure that you're working from the ground up. That's how I like to think about it, is working from the ground up. But how I do the reps is I do my feet pointed inwards. I do 5 reps. And then I do my feet pointed outwards. And then I do another 5 reps, so 10 reps total. But when you're doing these reps, I'm holding at the top for 3 seconds and I'm holding at the bottom for 3 seconds. And that's just basically taking the momentum out and putting a lot of tension and pressure within the muscle. In my mind, or which is fact, go grow your muscle a lot faster. And I've been noticing my calves been getting a lot bigger doing it that way. So I do 4 sets, 10 reps, but I do 5 with my feet turned in. I do 5 with my feet turned out. And that's how I do my sets and my reps for the standing calf raise. Let's get back to it. At the seated leg curl. So I do 4 sets of this one as well, and I'm holding for 3 seconds when I come down. Sometimes I might even hold it for 5 seconds. I do 10 reps just to get a feel for it, and then depending on how I feel, I start to just go to failure. Because sometimes you might try to shoot for 10, but only might get 8, or you might get 6. Another thing about this seated leg curl, when you on machines like this, they got this little circle right here. This is where your joint's supposed to be at. So my knee should be in line right here with this area, right here. This is where my knee should be in line with. So that's how you kind of get yourself positioned in the seat. All right, champ, so we at the hack squats, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw my knee sleeves on, cause low key, they be making my knees feel crazy, I ain't gonna lie to you. What I'm looking for when I'm getting myself into this position is, I'm making sure that I'm able to keep my feet flat on this platform. And then I'm gonna make sure I'm positioned enough to where when I go down and I push myself back up, my lower back doesn't come up off of the pad. So say if my feet was too low, and then I do it, when I come down, you see how my toes is coming up. My toes come up off the ground. So I know my feet too low on the pad. Say if my feet are too high, I come up. When I push up, my lower back is off the pad now. That's how you know if you position right in it. So if your feet too high, your lower back is gonna come off the pad. If your feet too low, your heels are gonna come up off of the platform. So that's how you know which one you wanna do type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and put my feet in the middle, and that's how we go rock with it. So let's get to it. Remember that everybody's body position is different because everybody built different. Like Mike said at the supplement shop, he said that you don't want to be built like SpongeBob. So you gotta make sure that you're doing what you gotta do, putting the things in order that you gotta put in order to get to where you wanna go. At the end of saying that, I'm going to go ahead and finish this leg day, and I'll catch y'all later. Let's get it.